H.P. Lovecraft has undeniably done some incredible work, but the history of his work being adapted isn't all that great. So is this the Call of Cthulhu, or just Squidward? Telling the story of the titular Lovecraft tale, it sees a lone man who has spent his life alone, in the dark, with nothing but a butterfly and a Bible for company. One day an opportunity to break free appears and he runs out into the world, and upon hearing music, wanders into a house party. But of course, this is a horror tale, and things don't go to plan. Standing at around 11 minutes in length, this Swedish Lovecraftian adaptation was one I went into assuming the worst. As I said, Lovecraft's work has been adapted plenty of times, but they're usually terrible. Sadly, a lot of these are made by indie filmmakers who use it to add credibility to their work, and again, for the most part, they're usually awful. Made by a young sprog of a writer-director, it wound up being one of those shorts that you struggle to see the point of. Did I not get it? Sure, it has a structure, we have a beginning, a middle, and an end, but it gave very little in the way of a payoff, and it felt incomplete. This is an issue that short films notoriously suffer with, and Mr. Gurr here failed to get around it, and I was left feeling unsatisfied. If you can't do it justice, don't bring Lovecraft's name into play. I award The Outsider a very meh 4 out of 10. So, rant time. I decided to look up the history of Lovecraftian cinema, and as expected, it was pretty damn dire. I think that the 2001 Spanish effort, Dagon, was by far the best of the bunch. In fact, I really quite liked it. Then you had Masters of Horror. They did one, I think it was Dreams in the Witch House, and that was okay. And then there's... Nope. That's really all I've got to say. Yes, I've seen plenty more. No, they're not very good. I mean, you had Necronomicon from 1993, but that was less Lovecraft's work and more inspired by it, and actually features horror legend Jeffrey Combs as the man himself. That reminds me, I still need to get round to Call Girl of Cthulhu. Can't be any worse than the rest. So what did you think of The Outsider? What's your favourite Lovecraft adaptation? Why do you think folks just can't do his work justice? Tell me in the comments below, like this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Later folks.